Next up, we have Eric Wilson. By day, he works in public affairs and, he does interactive communications for public affairs and for politics at Engage. But by night, something different.
So my goal in the next 5 minutes is to explain to you a little bit about the sport of NASCAR and the aspects that I find interesting and why it's become an obsession for me, much to the puzzlement of a lot of people who actually know me. So when we talk about NASCAR, we're talking about the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. Stock cars as opposed to the open wheel race cars that you would see in Formula One or the Indy 500 this weekend. These are made by Chevrolet, Dodge, Ford, and Toyota. NASCAR is big business. Companies spend billions of dollars a year putting their logo on teams, drivers, racetracks, races. Anything you can put a label on, NASCAR sponsors it. Some things that don't even have labels get sponsors. If there's any doubt about NASCAR being a sport, the pit crews are the true athletes. The things that they can do to cars in about 15 seconds are phenomenal. They put in 17 gallons of fuel, change all 4 tires, rip off the windshield, and make drastic changes to the car's handling. You can literally make up seconds on pit road, whereas out on the track you're talking about making up hundreds of seconds. So NASCAR is a fan-centric sport. They realize that they're only there because the fans are committed. So they are really focused on making sure that the rules make for a competitive race, and that's what brings hundreds of thousands of people. Drivers also know that they need to be good showmen for their fans. So typical fan will pick a driver, buy all his stuff, and follow him throughout his career. Do we have any Carl Edwards fans? All right. So NASCAR benefits from a good feud. This is the most recent one going on between Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick. Kevin got out of his car and punched Kyle, and then Kyle put his car into the wall. There's a $25,000 fine. NASCAR has a stated policy, though, of boys have at it. You settle your feuds out on the track. Officials aren't going to get involved. So it's really rewarding as a fan to see your driver take it out on his rival. But NASCAR has really been focused on safety, especially since 2001 with the death of Dale Earnhardt Sr. So we've seen devices like the head and neck support, the safer barrier, which allow people like Carl Edwards, again, to escape those kinds of wrecks. A typical Sprint Cup season is 36 races from February to November. We go to 23 different tracks. So you do go to different tracks each week, but some you'll double up. So it's really interesting because you can be racing at a half-mile oval one weekend, and then a 2-mile super speedway the next, and then a road course a week after that. So it's a really different experience from week to week. You're not watching the same race over and over. And different teams and different drivers are better at different tracks, and the cars are made with adjustments appropriate for the track that they're racing at. So one of the things that's really brought me to NASCAR is going to my first race at Richmond International Raceway, just 2 hours away. The smell of burning motor fuel you will never forget. Similarly, the sound. It is the most deafening thing you will ever hear, and you listen to it for 4 hours. Environmentalists in the room, please forgive me, but there's nothing more rewarding than seeing the winning driver burn all the rubber off of his tires when he's won a race and getting engulfed in that cloud of smoke. NASCAR is very sensitive to the fact that it is stereotyped as a white male sport. So there are a lot of teams that are bringing minorities and women up through the sport, and they're doing really well in the developmental series. So a NASCAR weekend, there's no doubt whenever it's in town, because it will transform the community that's hosting it that weekend. So the sleepy town of Bristol, Tennessee, with its 24,000 residents, will soon have 200,000 people, making it the third largest city in the state of Tennessee. Similarly with Talladega, which is this is the RV city that pops up near Talladega. They literally have 200,000 people. It becomes the 5th largest city in the state from 36th. NASCAR weekends are awesome parties, the best parties I've ever been to. These people are so nice, very welcoming, and very dedicated fans. I encourage everyone to watch a race on TV, go visit a track. Richmond and Dover are our closest ones. Give it a chance. I think you'll like it.